What is up guys, it is Lely and today Konami have released the eFootball official gameplay trailer. It is a chunky 6 minutes and 43 seconds. We will watch this together and then go through what is good about it and what may not be so good about it. Let's see if my optimism from about a month or two ago paid off or if it was right. Let's jump into this. Come on, here we go. No more time wasting.
Vamos eFootball.
He's right, he's right. The excitement is always centered around the ball, 1v1 duels, the mind games when passing. Oh yeah, because I've only watched football for the best part of 25 years or so. I didn't know this. Thanks for writing this all over the screen. Hiding up the, what doesn't look so fluid in the back? It looks alright, I guess. Not graphically, but doesn't look as fluid as I thought it would, to be honest. Not saying it looks horrible. Nimbly control the player's movement and ball touch from knock on all the way to full dash. You can lower your opponents with a soft touch, then zip through the sharp dribble. You see what I mean there? It doesn't look that smooth. Furthermore, PlayStation 5 owners will be able to feel the ball touch and physical battles on their fingertips thanks to the haptic feedback and adaptive trigger functions. Okay, how do I do that through my fingertips? Who gives a shit if you're irritated? I take the initiative to dribble past my opponents. I use everything I can to come on top, including showing calmness to win mind games. I mean, that's true. If you can trick the defenders through your passing and stuff, but kind of didn't need him to tell me that. Oh, I like that. Do you see that from Neymar there? I'm kind of trying to read and look at it. I'll speak about it after when this all shows our. Oh, thank God for that! Lord, yeah, I remember in the last PES this would happen 9 times out of 10. My striker would just stand there and do nothing, but his striker defended like the defender. His defender defended like the striker. Like, he just had no idea what the hell was that about. Defenders will take advantage of their physical. Yeah, that's more like it. That's what I want to see. Now I want to see if the striker comes back at him and bodges him easily. There we go. Alright, yeah, you can come back, but nah, mate. You're not having it. We needed to see that. Needed to see that. From a sharp kick. Available. What? Available in an update. What the hell? They're going to update animations like, what the hell? Oh, fair enough, it's free to play game. I guess it's like updates, isn't it? Yo, I'm not going to lie, that ball physics go right there, you know. Not just there, but I meant from what I've seen so far. Look at that, the dipping shot. See, it says create space and stuff. I wish we're in control if we want to take that extra time on the shot, though. Bro. Oh, thank God for that. They're basically saying better free kicks, better fouling system, in the sense that the referee calls for better fouls. Obviously, that's what they say. Let's see if it's actually better. Team play style or vital player of football, so the AI controlling off the ball players was revamped. So basically, smarter AI as well. That's what they're trying to say. But it's not just about being smarter. Do they do what I expect them to? So through my tactic settings, do they actually respond the way I expect them to? And I'll talk about that after as well. Team play, long play style. Oh wait, this is a new tactic system. I thought it was a loading screen. I know they have some play styles, but do they allow us to tweak them as well, or is it just if you play counter attack, that's it? It's just one style of counter attack. Because like you have in real football, you can have counter attack starting from deep, or you can have it like say City and Liverpool, they try to win the ball out of the pitch and stuff. I hope that's the tweaks we have available to us. Otherwise, if it's one style of play, it's not going to be good. So yeah, they win the ball. This is like, say, Liverpool, Man City win the ball out of the pitch. Okay. Then you have the long ball style. Okay, I get that. So you have players running off from when you play that long ball. That's okay. So the AI is a lot more tuned in with that possession style. I'm guessing other players look at that in the bottom right. If I'm not covering it, he made the run. Now the guy in the top left, long ball counter. So I literally spoke about this just before saying different styles of counter attack, but I didn't see if there was two different styles of counter attacks. Is that through the tweaks? Or is that through just having a counter-attacking system? Because that could be OP if you're set up for both. A new camera. Dude, this camera zooms in to capture all the fine details of a duel happening. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. I don't like the camera doing weird movements. I mean, if I don't like it, I just won't use it. It's nothing to get irritated about. I don't see myself using it, but new motion matching system creates a natural and more fluid play. Okay. Yeah, I did say to you, I was noticing in the background that I think the ball physics do look better. Definitely. Graphically, the game hasn't impressed me. The action never stops during a match due to the seamless restart system. Oh, that was... it's been improved, to say the least. Ball boy, so that's how they do it. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I like that. I like that. No, sorry, yeah. Did you see, as soon as he threw the ball, some players started moving and some didn't? I guess so. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Bullshit. They never listen to the community. Graphically, this game doesn't blow my mind. Okay, that's the end then. Okay. Okay, right. I've got a few key things that I want to mention. First of all, this didn't blow my mind. It's not bad. It's not. I was expecting a bit more. I thought we might actually see some, a minute or two of a bit of raw footage. Or maybe that'll happen later during the day. But so I'll speak about the positive things first. And to be honest, I'd say in terms of gameplay, it did look more positive than negative. And I'll dive into it right now. So starting off with Neymar and the haptic feedback and all that crap. If you notice Neymar, and I will have it up in the edit right now, I won't look for it right now. You'll notice there's a moment where the ball comes to him and he sort of slowly gets going again. Like you can see him sort of get his movements going and then suddenly he shoots off. Now I hope that's to do with, because they said haptic feedback and using the PS5's controller, is it when you half press the sprint button that they move at a slower pace and then when you full press it they just shoot off? Is it like that? Or is it like a pre-animated trick that you do? If it's a pre-animated trick, then it's not going to impress me, because then it's like, it's not that fine sort of like responsiveness. It doesn't give you that sort of, that responsive gameplay feeling that I'm looking for. And if that is the case, if it is that, you half press sprint and it moves you at a slower pace, and that actual slower pace makes a difference, that when you press sprint, he shoots immediately. Obviously, if it's Neymar, he does that immediate sprint. If it's someone, just say like Joel Matip, his immediate sprint will be slower than Neymar's and stuff like that. So obviously, player stats come into that. So yeah, I like that. I like the fact that when I said about the tactics, if you noticed about the counter-attacking style, if it allows us to tweak it to the point where it's like you have a counter-attacking where you win it out of the pitch, like I mentioned, Man City style, and you have the Jose Mourinho counter-attack where it starts from a lot deeper and they hit it long and players run off. I mean, if that's all under one counter-attacking system, then it can be very OP. Something I almost forgot to say, and this used to happen a lot in PES 21, was, say I beat a player with a trick on the halfway line with Neymar. By the time I get, 20 yards away from his goal, and I'm running against a player who's slower than Neymar, even though I've beat him with the trick and I've got the run on him and everything, he somehow used to catch up to me, and hopefully Konami have sorted that out, because that is something which it's not on, it just doesn't make the game feel right. So if Konami are talking about this tricking system and all the benefits of being able to outsmart a player, well, there's no point of doing it if suddenly John Terry is catching up with Theo Walcott. It doesn't make sense. So that is something that needs to be looked at, and it's hard to see that without seeing uncut or edited, well, cinematic gameplay. We need to see raw footage of the gameplay being played for at least a couple of minutes. And that also moves on to the next part where they say about the seamless gameplay. Because seamless gameplay isn't just to make it look nice. It can actually be a tactical advantage. So what I was saying is, if for example, I, get the ball, my goalkeeper gets the ball, he throws it out, he's about to take a goal kick. For example, if I have, say, Cristiano Ronaldo on my team, a guy who's got obviously a good knowledge of when to time his runs and very attack-minded player, say he throws the ball and he responds in a way that someone like Roberto Firmino wouldn't. He's not a natural goal scorer, so Ronaldo makes that run within a second or two of the keeper dropping the ball, where Firmino, makes that run 3 to 4 seconds later. You have an advantage there. Like, the playing style makes a difference. The AI is actually better with Ronaldo because he has better attacking prowess and things like that. If Konami have that level of detail, I can forgive the what's not so great graphics, to be honest. I mean, I still play ISS 64 and games like that with my brother occasionally. So graphics for me aren't the, end of it. So, I mean, if Konami have that level of detail in their AI that they spoke about, upgrading the AI in other areas, I can, actually look forward to that then, because, it brings more thoughtful process to how you build your team. Right now, in the current PES games, you just pick the fastest and strongest players because the rest don't get fouls, so you just bundle into every player. But again, they said that they worked on that. Again, we need to see the game being played for a couple of minutes to see if that's true as well. So they're saying all the right things and they're showing bits and bobs here, but it didn't look that smooth, I'm not going to lie. Some of it didn't look... It didn't feel clunky, but it just didn't look like butter. Do you get what I mean, lads? It didn't feel as smooth as butter, but again, if the game feels a lot more responsive, then I mean, it's definitely going to be worth playing, isn't it? I think it will be from what I've seen. And it looks like it could have more element of skill than the last couple of years. So, they're adding more animations and stuff as you go through updates, which is always a good thing, especially when the game needs it. I mean, if it came out at a not a good enough state, and then, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but my levels are still here. I'm not excited up here. I'm not down in the dumps. I think there'll be a lot of people that look at this and will say that the game isn't just... It's not enough for them. So moving on to the negatives of this gameplay trailer that they showed us. There's two ways of looking at this first negative. As a PES fan, we waited an extra year from PES 20 to 2022. The middle one was just a season update, a kit update. Not even just actually waited. Konami charged us for that as well. So when we saw these visuals and these upgrades and like improvements in the visual departments, we were expecting a lot more of a jump. And to be honest, I didn't even know if it's a jump. It didn't even look jaw-droppingly good or anything like that. So us PES fans there, you look at it like that and we think, you've waited an extra year and you've given us these graphics. They don't seem like even smooth to that extent. If you know what I mean. I'm not saying it looks chunky or choppy, but when it's in movement, the animations and things, it just doesn't look buttery smooth. For me personally, it's not the biggest issue. I still play ISS 64 and International Superstar Soccer with my brother on the N64. So you can imagine what sort of visuals I look at from time to time. And for me, that game's very responsive and that sort of stuff. So that's why I enjoy playing that. If Konami bring that level of responsiveness and stuff like that to it, I can forgive these levels of visuals. I mean, it's not shit, don't get me wrong, but it's not that level of a jump that we were waiting for or hoping for. And someone new to the game, say like FIFA players coming over or someone just getting into a football game, this isn't the level that Konami normally operate when it comes to graphical like detail and stuff. So obviously, I think that's obviously taken a hit because they've put some focus on the mobile department. So we will probably see some graphical improvements. Like we're going to see, they said that kick animation or something is going to get implemented through an update. Maybe we will see, I'm pretty sure we will see graphical improvements as well and things like that. It's a free-to-play game, so I mean, it's only in Konami's best interest themselves that they upgrade the game as soon as possible as the game is released. So I expect there to be definite visual improvements within the coming months of the game being released. We're not going to have to wait a whole year. So that's the benefit of having a free-to-play game. Updates will come at a more frequent rate. They have to if they want to keep getting more and more fans into the game. The next, I was about to say update. The next negative, again, it's not a gameplay one itself. So because it's a, you know, that tactics screen they showed, it looked very basic. And maybe because they were focusing more on the gameplay, they just showed a quick brief of it rather than going into the actual, you know, quick counter attack. Is your defensive line set here? Is it stuck to being, you know, 3 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, whatever the counter style. I mean, you PES fans won't understand that talk there. It's like basically when you play FIFA, if you're coming from FIFA, that defensive line, is it stuck on one bar or does it move up to 3-4? Because if that's how it is and we don't have the options and that customization, then they really have killed it. But I mean, that we'll wait and see. Maybe it's just a really bad part of the trailer to show that they didn't show us the depth there. Again, like I said, there's not many negatives that I can really think of at the top of my head. Like I briefly mentioned before, the game just didn't look and feel smooth. Well, I can't say feel because I haven't had the game in my hands. It looked a bit sort of, and being professional PES player, being an experienced PES player, there's a difference, lads. Learn the difference. But being an experienced PES player, when it looks like that, Konami don't normally have that responsiveness. But let's hope I'm wrong. Let's hope they bring that responsiveness to that level of detail in the animation, because normally when you see Rashford when he's about to bend in and that big turn, normally you press the button and then the shot happens like 3 seconds later. Like, not maybe I'm exaggerating, but you get my point, lads. You click shoot and it feels like it's taking forever for it to happen. Where Konami said that you need to create the time and space for the shot, but I hope they have it where you press another button where it kind of gives you a more focused shot, meaning you take the extra time rather than the player just taking his extra time whenever. So again, maybe that responsiveness and stuff, maybe that control is in our hands, I don't know, but it didn't look like it based on the animations I saw happening in there. So I mean, my personal sort of engagement, like, am I, like, say here's, you know, the middle ground, like, am I hyped up here? Am I in the dumps? Am I thinking, nah, I'm not looking forward to this game? I was here to start with, and I'm probably, to be honest, I've probably notched it up just a little bit. I'm not hyped. I am looking more forward to it than I was before today, but I'm not, I can understand a lot of people being put off by graphics and stuff. That's not me though, and my hype levels will go from there to there if Konami, when the game is in my hands, if it feels responsive and they've given us news of, you know, our My Club, or what FIFA fans call Ultimate Team, if that ticks the boxes, the content and stuff, people don't realise content is key these days, and for me, that is what will bring my hype levels higher. I think the gameplay trailer, it needed to show raw footage of the game for at least 30 to 40 seconds or up to a minute, where we could see the AI being smart and whatnot, not just 5 seconds of a focus clip, because anyone can make, you can make PES 2021 AI look smart, and we know that's dog shit, to be honest. I mean, there are a ton of videos made by PES fanboys that will make the AI look smart in PES 2021, and Konami could be doing the same with this trailer here. So that's one of the blemishes for me as well, that the gameplay, the snippets weren't long enough. I'm guessing we will see that over the next coming days with raw footage, but Konami should have been smart enough to show better examples of smart AI with a longer extended period of play. I mean, we see this sort of stuff on a yearly basis. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about it. I'm still, you know, planning to make content for this game from what I've seen, but how much content, that will be decided by Konami, and how much content they give us to actually play with as well. So yeah, guys, I'm actually interested to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section. I will definitely be replying to a lot of you lot, because I am very interested with what the community say. Unlike, I know these lot said it in the trailer, but lads, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. We've all been there before. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. And if you did like this video, lads, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace.